Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk with Alicia. If you're new here, I am happy you've joined me. This podcast is a place where we have honest conversations about life, healing, hope, personal growth, and navigating difficult seasons. Today's episode is one that's very close to my heart because I want to share my journey as a caregiver for my grandmother who is living with Alzheimer's disease. If you've never cared for someone with Alzheimer's, I hope this episode helps you understand what caregivers experience every day. And if you are a caregiver, I hope you leave this conversation knowing that you're not alone. Before becoming a caregiver, I don't think I truly understood what caregiving involved. I knew it meant helping someone, I knew it meant being there for them, but I didn't understand how much it changes your everyday life. When you are a caregiver, when you're not a caregiver, your day belongs mostly to you. If you want to go shopping, you go. If you want to spend the afternoon with friends, you go. If you decide to take a walk, you simply leave. But caregiving changes that. Now, every decision begins with someone else. Before I leave the house, I ask myself, does grandma needs anything? Has she eaten? Is she comfortable? How long will I be gone? Even simple errands require planning. At first, I didn't realize how much my life had changed. No, it's simply my normal. I think one of the biggest misunderstandings about Alzheimer's is that people think it's only about forgetting things. They imagine someone forgetting names, uh, or forgetting where they left their glasses. But Alzheimer's is so much more than that. It's watching someone you love slowly change. It's answering the same questions more than once because to them, they're asking it for the first time. Yes, because my grandmother, she will ask the same questions over and over. But, you know, it's it's learning to be patient. You have to be patient. And she will ask, how is your mother? And I'll tell her, and then she'll ask again and I tell her, and she'll ask again and I tell her. So with caring for someone with Alzheimer's require patience. Yes, so it's learning to be patient when your instinct might say, I already answered that, so Instead of instead you answer again because they aren't trying to be difficult. They're living with an illness. That perspective changed everything for me. So that changes everything for me because I know it's an illness, and she's not aware that she already asked those questions, the same question. So I just realized that's an illness, and I answer her no matter how many times she asks the same questions. I'll always answer her because being a caregiver teaches patience, and that's something that all caregivers will understand, that patient is the key. One thing that has never changed about my grandmother is her kindness. She has one of the sweetest hearts I've ever known. She's incredibly grateful. She says thank you for everything. If I bring her breakfast, thank you. If I help her into the chair, thank you. If I hand her a glass of water, thank you. Sometimes she thanks me more than once for the same thing. And every single time it makes me smile. Even just talking about it right now makes me smile. She is such a grateful person. That's something about her that has never changed. She was always grateful prior to having Alzheimer's, and she's still grateful. And that makes my heart smile, makes me smile. Because although Alzheimer's has changed many things, it hasn't taken her it hasn't taken away her gratitude, and that's something I admire about my grandmother. She's grateful for everything. Those simple words mean more than she even probably realizes. There are days when I'm tired, days when caregiving feel heavy, days when I wonder if I'm doing enough. And then grandma smiles, look at me, and quietly say, thank you. Those two words have a way of making everything feel a little lighter. And I am forever grateful for that as well. I don't think people talk enough about the emotional side of caregiving. People see you helping someone, but they don't always see what happened behind the scenes. They don't see the worry, the planning, the mental exhaustion, the moments when you quietly wondering, am I doing enough? Did I miss something? Could I have done that better? I think many caregivers carry those questions every day because when you love someone, you always want to know, you always want to do your best. Always. You want to make sure they're always taken care of the way that you possibly can, the best way possible. Yes. So there's another part of caregiving that I think many people understand. Caregiving caregiver guilt, right? So that's caregiver guilt. Sometimes I feel guilty for taking time for myself. If I sit down to watch a movie or to watch one of my favorites. I enjoy watching Forensic Files. That's something me and my brother enjoy doing over the years. And now that he has passed away, I still carry on that because that gives me some closeness. When I'm watching it, I feel as if my brother is present is beside me. So that's my crime watch, and as well as another one called uh cold case files, and I also enjoy forensic files. Yes, so if I sit down to watch one of those episodes, part of me wonders if I should be doing something else. If I go for a walk, sometimes I think, should I have stayed home? But I've slowly learned something important. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. And let me repeat this for you. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary because if I am completely exhausted, I can't give grandma my best. I've I have I've had to learn that resting isn't quitting. It's preparing myself to continue. I have realized something during this journey. Love isn't always found in big moments. Sometimes love looks like preparing breakfast, helping someone get dressed, listening the same story again, holding someone's hand, making sure they feel safe, sitting quietly together. Those moments may seem ordinary, but I think they're actually extraordinary because they're moments filled with love. One thing that has helped me through this journey is walking in nature. Whenever I start feeling overwhelmed, I put on my walking shoes and head outside. I don't always go looking for the I don't always go looking for answers. Sometimes I simply need quiet. I hear the birds singing. I feel the breeze, which I enjoy. I watch the trees moving in the wind. I notice the sunlight shining through the leaves. Those walks remind me that life moves in seasons. Nothing stays the same forever. Some seasons are difficult, some are peaceful, but every season teaches us something. By the time I return home, I usually feel calmer, not because all my problems disappeared, but because I have given my mind space to breathe. When I think about who I was before becoming a caregiver and who I am today, I realize this journey has changed me. I've become more patient, more compassionate, more understanding. I've learned that strength isn't always loud. Sometimes strength is simply showing up again tomorrow. I've learned that love is often found in ordinary moments. And I've learned never to take time with people we love for granted. If you are caring for someone right now, I want you to know something. You're doing better than you think. I know there are days when you feel tired, days when you question yourself, days when you wonder if anyone truly understands. I may not know your exact situation, but I understand what it feels like to carry responsibility while trying to stay strong. Please don't forget yourself. Take a walk, listen to your favorite music, read a few pages of a book, enjoy quiet enjoy a quiet cup of tea or a coffee. Sit outside for a few minutes. Take care of yourself too, because you matter. If I could go back and speak to the version of myself before becoming a caregiver, I'll tell her this journey won't always be easy. There will be emotional days. There will be difficult days. There will be days when you feel completely exhausted. But there will also be beautiful moments you'll never forget. Unexpected laughters, warm smiles, simple thank yous. Like my grandmother, she's always saying thank you. Just that simple thank you make a big difference. Quiet moments that remind you what love really look like. Caregiving has changed my life, not only because of I've had to do, but because of who it has helped me become. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you're a caregiver you've cared for someone you love, I really like to hear your story. What what has caregiving taught you? Share your experience in the comments. You never know who your story might encourage. If you enjoy today's conversation, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to join me for more honest conversations about life, healing, hope, and personal growth. Until next time, remember, healing is a journey, not a destination. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.